From the Figure 4 Online Studios in beautiful Bothell, Washington, exclusively at WrestlingObserver.com, you're listening to The Brian and Vinny Show with your hosts, Brian Alvarez and Big Vinny V.
That Vinny was dancing over there. It is the Brian and Vinny Show, everybody. February 1, 2018. Figure4online.com/WrestlingObserver.com. It is already February, shockingly. And that means it's time for this show.
Well, you've got me there.
Yep.
It certainly is time for this show.
It is time to do this show. All right, it's Thursday. That means that Granny's going to be on here in a second. And then we've got the NXT TV show and the POTPOURRI, which this week just happens to be NXT TakeOver, since everybody was requesting Vinny's review of TakeOver. So that's what we'll be doing here tonight. Should mention that this is the debut of the Thursday Brian and Vinny Show on video.f4wonline.com. When we launched, it was only going to be the Tuesday Retro Show. And I said, if it does well, we will add shows. If it does not do well, we'll just kill it. Because I could care less one way or the other. I mean, I'd like it to be successful.
Sure.
I don't watch any video podcasts. We've talked about this many times. I don't know why people watch video podcasts. But the reality is, they do. And so we launched this, and sure enough, people have signed up. So to reward them, now they will be getting the Tuesday and Thursday Brian and Vinny Show. Mm-hmm. And if it continues to grow from here, they'll get the Sunday show as well. So check it out, video.f4wonline.com. You can grab one show for $2.99 to check it out. Or you can sign up for $8 a month and get unlimited shows, which is noted is the Tuesday and Thursday Brian and Vinny Show and the post-pay-per-view recaps. And you get the entire library. So this dates back to
the Christmas show.
Yeah, it was a Christmas show. Mm-hmm. You get the Christmas show if you sign up. And every show that we did in January. And now all of these February shows. I think there's almost 10 shows up now. There'll be 10 shows up very soon. And then a dozen. And so on into infinity. Soon there will be 8,000 video shows on here.
Soon, you say?
By soon, I mean, 30 years from now. But hey, get in on the ground floor.
In the cosmic
Sign
scope.
up today.
That's very soon.
And get in on the ground floor. All right, enough of these plugs. Let's get Granny on the show. Stand by. All right, here she is, everybody. Granny's joining us here today. I hear we got a great graphic of Granny. She is at home. There's no webcam, not going to lie. But we've got a beautiful graphic of Granny every time that she speaks that will air here on the big screen. Mm-hmm. Video.f4wonline.com. Okay. Granny, what's going on?
Okay, like I said before, I'm going to have to close down the Granny Figure 4. Facebook is taking it as a business, and every time I put something on there, they charge me. Like, for instance, when I...
Wait. What?
Yes, listen to this. When I put in there for everybody to pray for Paisley when she had pneumonia, they charged me $6 for advertising. And then I didn't take it down, and they charged me again.
Wait, what do you mean they charged you?
They're taking it out of my PayPal. They're charging me for it, for advertising. And then somebody sent me something about Oscar, and they're going to charge me for that.
What do you mean they're going to charge you? Where does it say we're going to charge you?
It said, we'll give you $30 credit. Do you want to start using your credit for that one? So
are they sending you emails? They're sending you Facebook
where
messages?
are you getting this information? How is PayPal contacting you?
Email.
They're emailing you.
Yep.
Now, when you click on this email, does it ask you to enter your PayPal information?
No.
Does it ask you for your password?
No. It's just taking it out of my PayPal.
Granny, listen to me. Can you send me like your PayPal receipt where they've taken the money out and they've actually billed you? Can you send me proof that they've actually taken money out of your PayPal?
Yeah, I can send you some of my. In fact, they keep sending me receipts.
Okay. Can you forward those to me?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Listen to me, Granny. When you go to your Granny PayPal, okay?
I don't have a Granny.
Oh, your
PayPal.
Granny Facebook. I
Okay.
apologize. Okay.
Okay.
So when you go there, like I'm looking at it right now, there's you and the Undertaker, or I guess you are the Undertaker, and so. Okay, let's just take the video you've put up here. Enchanting Minds video, right? You posted that, right?
I don't remember.
There's a man and a woman dancing, an old man.
Oh,
and...
yeah.
Okay, so you posted that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
I knew he'd
think
have the
I
headphones
shared.
on before.
I think I shared that one.
Okay, so you see the post that you put up there, Enchanting Minds video. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you scroll down, do you see where it says boost post?
I see that, but I didn't do it.
Okay. If you don't do that, they should never charge you. There's nothing, they should never just charge you for posting something. You've got to like hit boost post or promote. You have to hit a button for them to charge you.
The one I got for Oscar, I never did a thing to it. I didn't look at it or anything, and then I got the notice that they were going to charge me for it.
But no. Did they charge you? You have a receipt that says your PayPal was charged by Facebook.
No, they want me to know if I want to take credit for the $30 that they're giving me, and I haven't answered that.
Okay, send me this stuff, Granny. I don't think your PayPal has been charged, and your PayPal is not going to be charged unless you hit one of these boost posts.
Okay.
Listen, Granny, listen. On my Facebook, I have Granny F4W, Whale Scout, Wrestling Observer, After Dark Radio, Evergreen Karate and Jiu-Jitsu, my other page, which I've not updated in I don't even know how long, Wrestling Observer, Figure 4, and F4W Online, okay? That's 8 different business pages. Do you know how much money I've been charged ever for any of those pages? Wow. 0.
I'll send you all the stuff.
Okay, you send it to me. We're not shutting down the page. You'll never be charged. If you are charged, something went very wrong.
Okay.
All right. Now, what else is going on?
Oh, let's see. I won't be able to see the video. Well, I would like to see it just to see you guys roll your eyes when I say something stupid.
We don't ever react to anything you say like that, Granny.
We've never done that, Granny. And if you see it, it was Tony editing something in. It's definitely not real.
Oh, okay.
We'll hook you up.
Now, Tony can hear me, huh?
No, it's just me and Vinny here.
Oh, goody.
Granny, don't overthink all of this. What do we got on Facebook here today?
Oh, let me see. We got questions again and crazy ones.
Oh, good.
I know you hate these crazy questions.
I wanted to talk to you about Sunday.
Oh, the Royal Rumble.
I'm not kidding. That was the dumbest show I've ever heard or seen.
What are you going to review it for this show? Or?
Did I not say, Granny, that there were many multi-person matches with many multiples of people?
They were all, I didn't hardly watch any of them. The first one started out with about 50 guys throwing each other out of the ring. And all I know about that was Nakamura won that one. And then they went on through to some more junk. And then they went to the last one with the women in it. And Asuka won that one. And I didn't like it at all.
Man.
Okay, this is your review.
A hell of a review.
4 hours of TV wrapped up in 10 seconds.
Yes. What would you score that?
I'd give it maybe a 4.
Wow.
It's not that bad a rating.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I was thinking a 1.
You sounded like you gave it a 0, yeah.
Well, it just wasn't.
Did you watch any of the other matches? Did you watch any of the Saturday TakeOver NXT show?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even know that was there.
All right. Well, we'll do wrestling here in a while. Let's do the Facebook first.
Okay.
Vinny, you know what to do.
I sure do, Brian. Paul Fontaine asks, I'm in Cancun this week. First time in Mexico. Have you ever been here? And what would you recommend I do while here? Let me get this straight. You flew to Cancun, Mexico, and your plan on what to do with your time there was to wait 10 hours, then ask Granny what's going on.
Ask Granny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've
I enjoy
never
your trip,
been to
Paul.
Mexico. Granny, I don't think has ever been to Mexico.
Yes,
Vinny,
I have.
You have?
I've been Legales and what's that other one? The close one.
It's a big country, Granny.
Tijuana.
Yeah, Tijuana.
there you go,
I've been to Tijuana, I think, twice, and Legales once.
Why?
Well, my friend lived down in Tucson, and we decided to drive down there for a day. So we just went down for a day and came back.
What did you
safe.
do there?
Just looking around and stuff, and got a postcard, and the kid insisted on wrapping it for me so I could tip him. And then for the other one, Terry and Lark and I went a couple of times. And then we got a bottle of gin. So we went through, coming back up. They said, you got any booze on you? And we said, yeah. And they said, you got to go back and drink it before you can come back across. So we just went over in a different line, and they said, do you have any booze? And we said, no. So we came through.
I hope they ain't listening right now, Granny. They're going to come after you if they hear this.
I don't care.
Okay.
I like that you went to Mexico and bought gin.
Yeah. Well, that's her favorite drink.
All right.
Well, probably cheaper.
Yeah, I had to have told this story before, but I never drank until I was in my 30s. And the reason was, when I was like 5 years old, I was at Granny's.
You're not telling me.
I
that
am telling this.
What?
I would always drink 7-Up. And you had a glass. It was one of those styrofoam white cups, and you had gin in it. And I thought it was my 7-Up. And I grabbed it, and I poured that down my throat, and I just was in a state. And
I would bet.
And after that, I was like, I'm never drinking alcohol. This stuff tastes terrible.
So how old are you when this happened, Brian?
Like 5.
So this would put Granny in her 50s, drinking styrofoam cups of gin all day.
Dude, she was drinking during the Christmas show.
Are you kidding? I used to drink until I was probably in my 70s.
Yeah, Vinny.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You wimp.
So do we have an answer on what Paul should do in Cancun?
Dude, get some liquor.
Get some gin,
I think is
apparently.
the answer. Yeah, get some gin.
Well, if I was there, I'd be scared. There's so much stuff goes on to people.
So much crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to go. I'd find a
At
lot
88, there are other
places.
places you could go, Granny.
Even stay in the United States, I'd want. I like to travel by car. I just love it.
You can drive to Mexico.
Yeah, I guess I could.
All right. Ryan Norcross asks, kitty or puppy bowl?
Huh?
You see, Granny, during the Super Bowl on Sunday, there's people who don't like football. And so, like Animal Planet will do the puppy bowl, which is just a bunch of puppies playing around. And apparently,
They still do the lingerie bowl.
not to my knowledge, I'm sure someone somewhere does. Apparently this year they're also doing a kitty bowl, which is news to me, but it'll be a bunch of cats playing around.
Oh, well, I'm not watching the game.
Are you going to watch the kitty bowl or the puppy bowl?
Neither one.
What are you going to do all day?
Oh, I can find lots to do.
There ain't nothing to do, Vinny.
I guess not.
You're not watching football. There is nothing to do on a
or
Sunday.
the puppy bowl.
Yeah.
Well, since I don't like dogs and cats, the dog next door got my fence, so I have to have the posts stubbed.
The what?
I have to stub the posts because they're falling over
Yeah.
because of the
Damn
dog.
dogs. Between this and the dog on the Filthy show, I'm really anti-dog right now.
Are there any animals in a bowl you would like to watch?
Nope. Oh, maybe horses.
The horse bowl.
Horse race. I'd rather watch a horse race.
Okay, horse race.
Yeah.
Gin and horse racing. Everyone, the life of Granny.
It's a hell of a life.
Hey, I used to do a lot of that horse racing.
Did you
I
ever
was
win?
lucky. I was lucky too.
Really? Should take her back sometime. Emerald Downs isn't that far.
I don't like Emerald Downs though. I like.
Oh, what's wrong with Emerald Downs?
I don't know. I just can't win there for some reason.
Oh, that's a good reason. That's a good reason. Tapio Forsberg says, I'm going to WrestleMania.
Excuse me, who? Tapio Forsberg?
That's what it says. I'll explain. I'm going to WrestleMania all the way from Finland.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if I should partake the Empire brunch. Is meeting these folks worth the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
What else are you going to do?
Oh, it's New Orleans. Quite
I mean,
a bit.
you're coming all the way from, where's he coming from?
Finland.
All the way from Finland. You're not going to hang out and have brunch with us?
I mean, I know Ed will be there, but still, you'll have fun.
Yeah, don't go.
It's a lot of fun.
Ed's going to be there.
Tyler John. Granny, If you were a professional wrestler, would you throw Wendy's burgers at your opponents in order to achieve victory?
Oh, shoot. No, I wouldn't waste them.
You'd just eat them.
Yep, I'd
What a
have them
stupid
eat 'em.
question.
I'd have them eat them.
You share. Very friendly.
Yeah, I would.
Eric Darcy says, Bobby Heenan once said on commentary on Super Brawl 4 during a Steven Regal versus Arn Anderson match, duplexes are worse than a suplex because they are two suplexes.
I hadn't thought of that.
What are your thoughts that even Bobby Heenan agrees with you, Granny, that there are duplexes in pro wrestling?
Oh, good. I didn't know that. I get a lot of guff on it, though.
You talk about him every week, and you didn't know that they existed.
That's right.
I didn't know duplexes were just duplexes.
Sergi, I guess it's Chime, no? People from all over the world.
Dude.
Hi, Granny. Good day. What are your thoughts on Ric Flair?
Clearly he's Australian.
I guess so.
Good day.
What are your thoughts on Ric Flair winning the 2018 annual KFC Rumble and earning an opportunity to Chicken Mania? Not really. Thanks. Much love.
Huh? Is he going to wrestle again?
They did a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial.
It was
Granny.
way better than the women's Royal Rumble.
It really was.
Not quite as good as the men's Royal Rumble. You know, it's not politically correct to talk about this, but, I mean, we all noticed that last year during the Royal Rumble was when Enzo Amore made a move on that fried chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just gonna leave it at that.
It's very weird in hindsight.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Michael Shalazzi, who were you or would you have been rooting for when Shawn Michaels faced Bret Hart at WrestleMania 12 and Survivor Series 97?
Of course, Sean.
Of course.
Of
Shawn.
course.
Yeah.
He's
I know
the boy
him
toy.
better. I know him better than the other guy.
The other guy. Bret Hart has been introduced to the other guy in this
He's the other guy.
Wow. Are those the ones, the brothers? Hart brothers?
There are
Yes.
Hart brothers, yes.
Brett Owen.
Okay. Oh,
Smith.
Owen. That's right.
Ross.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike Flynn asks, Granny, have you ever had a White Castle before? My naive East Coast mind only just found out they're a regional chain.
What is
Oh, come on.
it? What is it?
It's a burger joint.
So they sell very small hamburgers called sliders.
I'm sure they don't have it here.
I think the closest one is Las Vegas.
Yeah. There is?
It's new.
Vinny knows his burgers, Granny. Don't
Pay attention
question
to
him.
this kind of thing. The only White Castle I've ever had was actually out of a vending machine, if you can imagine such a thing. Nick Draper says, if a tree falls in the woods but lands on a plate of pancakes, does it hit the ground?
That's a goddamn good question.
You're kidding me.
I mean, most of it hits the ground, but not every part of it. Because some of it is on the pancakes. Right?
So it's half and half.
Well, not half and half, Granny. That'd be a big pancake or a small tree.
Lawai Wafa wants to know, who would win between Jack Gallagher and The Undertaker?
The Undertaker, of course.
What a stupid question. Can we not have stupid
Should I
questions?
ban this person, Granny?
No.
No.
He's learned his lesson. Let's do two more.
Jorge Vasquez, what has been the one thing that has made each one of you laugh the most in all your life?
This show. This segment with Granny.
Oh, really?
I would say the zombie in ECW.
That was way up there for you, Vinny. Granny, what's the funniest thing ever?
I've had a lot of fun laughs, but I can't. Some of my dreams.
Granny did mention she's had some weird dreams lately.
Oh, have I? I
Yeah.
had one.
So she's taking cold medicine every night to go to bed.
Can I tell you one I had
do
the
it
other
then.
night?
Sure, Granny.
You know how I'm afraid of water?
Yes, runs in the family.
In this dream, I was in water up to my neck, and my feet touched the ground though. So I'm walking around trying to get out of the water, and I'm walking, and all of a sudden I realize I'm going the wrong way. So I had to turn around and walk all the way
There's
back.
a right way when you're in water up to your neck.
Yeah, and it seemed like a little baby or something was floating in the air above me. And
This is a weird dream.
So you were back in the womb.
so then I got back out. So, that's just an example of some of my dreams.
Wow.
Weird.
You should give us a new one every week on this show.
Maybe I could do
We could analyze your dreams.
because I have one every night, and I dreamt about my brother that was broke all the time, and he was in a dream last night, and we were in. Oh, that's another one. My sister-in-law and I and my brother and a couple of his friends went to the casino, and they took off somewhere. And my sister-in-law got mad at me, and she said, "I'm going down to the beach." So she took off. There I am again, all alone. And
sad dream.
It's terrible.
But at the time, I had my purse, where usually I don't have anything. This time I had my purse. But anyway.
Is there a point to this dream?
So we finally got back together, and the first thing my brother said, "I'm broke." So
That was a great dream, Granny.
yeah,
So nothing has changed.
nothing has changed.
He's a
Everybody-
deadbeat in real life and in your dreams.
Ah, gee, he was a nice guy.
He sounds like a nice guy. All right, let's do the wrestling report, Granny.
Oh, wow. Well, let me see. Where should I start?
Sorry to catch you off guard by asking you
Yeah.
to do the weekly report.
Well, there's a lot of paper, Vinny.
Well, there were actually two NXT ones that I watched this week. One of them was with Tyler Bate, with Roderick Strong.
Yes.
Tyler does a lot of his gymnastics, and Strong does at least 3 backbreakers on Tyler, many 3 counts both ways.
Many 3 counts.
Oh, 2 counts.
2 counts.
Tyler gives Strong a headbutt. Strong puts Tyler in a couple back wrap. You know what that means, where they puts him and wraps him around his back.
Sure.
Both got up on the rope and they fell. And Strong does another backbreaker for the win. I gave that a 6.
Wow.
a 6.
A little bit better than those
Just
Royal Rumbles that you
a little
hated.
bit better than
Yes.
average. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then 205 Live. How come Tyler gets to be on both NXT and 205?
Well, they're doing a tournament on 205 Live with guys that are not on 205 Live.
Okay, so
Yes.
this one was with TJP versus Tyler, and TJP gets body submission hold on Tyler. He reverses it, and knee bar by Strong. Tyler puts TJ on his shoulder and spins him around and gives him a pile driver as usual.
As usual.
As usual.
That's not a bad move.
TJ is down. Tyler gets up on the rope, jumps, but TJ moves. Tyler falls. TJ works on Tyler's hurt knee, then kicks Tyler on the back of the neck for the win. So I gave that a 6 too, just to be
Wow.
generous.
2
Man.
6s for Tyler Bate this week.
Yeah, he lost both of them.
That's true.
A rough week for Tyler Bate.
Okay, then there was another night NXT with Nikki Cross versus Lacey Evans. She's the one from Seattle, right?
No, she was the one in the
She's the
Marines.
Marine.
Yeah.
Okay. Lacey gives Nikki a roundhouse kick. Nikki pulls hair, and Lacey punches Nikki on the face and a few times. Lacey,
On the face.
It's an effective place to punch someone.
Yes, not in the
Lacey-
face.
On the face.
Lacey gets Nikki down, got up
Technically,
on
it's
the
more
rope,
accurate.
jumped down. As usual, Nikki had moved, so Lacey fell flat on her face. Nikki pounds her chest and puts her forearm across Lacey's jaw and a neck breaker for the win. That was a very short match. But since I like Nikki, I gave that a 6 too.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, then. Somebody gave me this idea. I was going to get his name, but I forgot. He said Stone Cold versus Undertaker.
Oh.
And McMahon came out and he said, this match is between you guys, and the one that wins by putting the other one in the grave. And
Oh, another one of these coffin matches.
Yeah.
Or
So
the buried
they're
alive match.
back and forth fighting.
Hey,
and
Granny, did you
everything.
get a date for this match by any chance?
Yeah, December 13th, 1998.
December
That
13th,
is the buried alive match, I'm pretty sure.
98.
Actually, we may have been at that show.
December 9th. Oh, was that the pay-per-view that was... I remember this.
We were in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, sorry, Rock Bottom is the name of the show. But yeah.
Rock Bottom.
right off the bat, they got rid of Paul Bearer. He was never in this one. And they started fighting before they even got in the ring. So they get in the ring and they're back and forth, and then they get out of the ring, go over where the hole is, which is 6 by 8, and they fight around there.
Very important to know the details.
6 by 8. Yeah, they'll both fit.
They fall in and keep coming out and all that. And
6 by 8 by what?
6 feet deep and 8 feet long.
6 feet deep, 8 feet long. Well, how wide?
Well, I don't know. It didn't say. It just said 6
man.
by 8.
You led me down. Go ahead.
What, are you going to build one?
I was just wondering. Like if I needed to draw it. Go ahead.
Anyway, so they're back and forth, and it just keeps going on, and so finally they get up there and they hit each other with the shovel, and
I seem to recall this match sucked.
well, I didn't like it as well as some of the others.
I'm not blaming you, Granny.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
So anyway, so they get, and then they throw each other in, and they keep crawling out, and finally, I think the third guy comes in. Oh yeah, there was a big explosion in the hole, and Kane came out, and then he was fighting Undertaker.
He came out of the hole.
Yeah, out
Okay.
of the. So anyway, Stone Cold disappeared, and they were wondering what in the world happened to him.
What do you mean he vanished?
He just disappeared.
He was standing there and then he wasn't there anymore. Where was he when he vanished?
Let me finish. He threw the Undertaker in the coffin, or in
the hole.
and he thought he was going to stay there. And then Undertaker crawled out, and then there was an explosion with Kane coming out of the hole.
Okay.
And he fought with the Undertaker and finally threw him in. And in the meantime,
So it's possible that Steve Austin was blown up.
oh no.
That would be silly,
Let
Brian.
me finish what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
So they look over there, and here comes Stone Cold in a forklift. Not a forklift. What are those shovel things?
A digger.
Well,
A steam shovel? A
I think it's called a digger. At least in all
No.
of Paisley's books about construction.
So anyway, here he comes driving that thing. You know, it's got the thing on the front with all the dirt in it.
Yeah, a digger.
No, they're not called a digger. I've had it on here
A
somewhere.
bulldozer?
Wait a minute.
Backhoe?
I guess you'd call it a backhoe. Yeah, that's what it is. Here it is right here, backhoe. So anyway, here comes,
Well, that's definitely a backhoe that I'm looking at right here.
yeah, so
But I don't know if that's what he had.
So Stone Cold, he comes out and he starts.
Here's a backhoe digging a big hole, so I presume that it was a backhoe.
Wikipedia says it was a backhoe.
Okay, it was a backhoe.
But that's why he disappeared, because he went to get one. And
Okay.
it had dirt in it. So
Although, pardon me for interrupting, Granny, the last sentence here, after celebrating in the ring, he returned to the grave to pour some beer on the Undertaker as the digger continued to pile on soil.
Exactly. A backhoe, also called a rear actor or a back actor, is a piece of excavating equipment or digger consisting of a digging bucket on the end of a two-part articulated arm.
Well, I've learned
I
something
told you it
today.
was a digger.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Grady.
But they called it a backhoe, and I call it a backhoe.
It is a backhoe, but it is also a digger.
So anyway, so they cover up the grave and everything, and Stone Cold, he drinks all the beer, and he gets in the
All the beer.
he gets into the ring, and he's all proud of himself. And the crowd was what I kind of like about this, because the crowd seems to be louder than they are now.
Well, you don't say.
That's true, Granny.
Yeah, and
People were more over back then.
I kind of like that. But anyway,
You know, I
We
do
all
too.
do.
I wish. You know why, Grady? It's because we were there. That was us making that noise.
Yes,
oh really?
Yeah, we went to that show.
You did?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wow.
Yep.
Brian, me, and Brent Kremen.
Yeah, this was after Brent tried to get me to go to Calgary,
Yeah.
and I turned around.
Yeah,
I knew
heard
where
that story.
Vancouver was after that trip.
Okay, so anyway, I didn't like that as well as some of the others of Undertaker. But I had in fact, I had,
Well, what was the score?
I'll give that another 6.
Another 6.
All 6s tonight. But I didn't like that as well as some of the others.
It was a worse 6 than the other 6s.
And I had trouble finding it.
Well, wasn't it
because-
10 like last week's Undertaker match?
That's right.
Because I went on WW, and they wouldn't let me watch it for some reason. They said come back later, and then I got it on Google, and it went to a certain point and quit.
Oh, man.
So
What do you mean they told you to come back later?
Come back later.
Yeah,
The
they
WWE
just-
Network is closed. Please come back later.
It said something's wrong with this tape. Come back later or something like that. It did it to me twice, and then the third time I went back, it came on. But
Crazy.
Well,
it took me a while to get the thing going. So that's it.
That's it. Whew. Man, Granny. Excellent reporting as always.
I'm pooped again.
Yeah, we all are. Hey, Granny, take care of yourself. Don't get sick, okay?
I hope
and if you get
not.
sick, go to the doctor.
Well, I've been drinking 7-Up, and
gin.
it might be just that I've had a busy day and stuff.
Well, why don't you go to sleep right now and then let us know in the morning how you're feeling.
I was going to go up and get my garbage can, but it was raining.
Yeah, leave it up there for now and let us know how you're feeling in the morning.
I got my back door. By my back door is a whole bunch of boxes of papers that have to go up. And
Man.
I shredded a bunch of papers and then got the thing all plugged up, and I had to take it apart and clean it all out. And
All righty.
anyway, that's it.
Okay, well, Granny, like I said, let me know how you feel tomorrow.
Okay, listen, I'll send you all this stuff to prove to you what they're doing to me. But anyway,
Yes. Send me the PayPal stuff.
yeah. So you'll find out.
All right. Well, you send it to me. I'll give you a report in the morning.
Okay, I'll let you know if I'm sick. I'll let you know. If I'm not, I won't.
All right. Let me know one way or the other so I don't worry about it.
Oh, are you guys right now on video?
Yes.
Can I see it?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, you can see it after, but you can't see it right now.
When can I see it?
Later. Like, do you want an exact time?
What I mean is
1:15 a.m. tonight.
I want to know, do I have to pay for it?
Yes.
So then I can't see it.
It's $8.
It's $3 for one show.
You're doing a terrible job selling this service, Granny.
Well,
Listen, I'll hook you up, okay?
Oh,
We know a guy.
I have an announcement to make.
Yes.
Everybody that's listening to this, don't move to Seattle. I found out this week that they're taking a whole block of businesses right in the middle of Woodinville and tearing them down and building apartments.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
a lot of that going around.
So if no one moves here, you think they'll tear them down and put the businesses back?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, if you move here, the traffic's going to be bad.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Don't move here if you've got a job.
Taxes are going up. So
Only here in Seattle.
don't come.
Okay. All right, anything else, Granny? Any other service announcements?
No.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right, Facebook me later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go. Phew. Granny.
That was Granny.
That was Granny. I'll hook her up with this video, Vinny, so make sure you don't give her too many eye rolls.
I'll try not to.
She'll be very, very upset.
She'll know I'm just putting on a show.
All right, so listen, we're going to do the takeover show first so that we do these things in order. Because the television show kept referring to takeover.
Yes.
So this would be bizarre to do them in reverse order.
Even though it was actually taped first.
Yes.
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 Well, the short version is TakeOver was awesome. And these matches on NXT that were taped at the same show were also awesome.
Yes.
This freaking TakeOver show must have been just the absolute bomb live. It must have been great.
They all are.
They all are, but this one in particular.
Well, you say that, Vinny, but that's because the main event was the greatest match in NXT history.
It was way up there.
But really, like, the undercard, it wasn't that great. The undercard was, like, pretty good, but it was like an old WWE show where the main events are so great that you're thinking, man, that was, like, the best pay-per-view.
Well, I did... The main event of the NXT TV show would have been the second best match, I think, on TakeOver. And it was awesome.
Yes.
So it makes it so that much better. Opener. Authors of Pain versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Should mention that Paul Heyman did the voiceover for this show.
That's right. They were in Philadelphia.
He's never been on NXT before. But they were like, hey, he'd be a great guy to do a voiceover here. And then Morrow and Percy Watson opened up the show, Nigel under the weather. They were all right.
Yeah. Authors of Pain versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. So they're talking about Razor's MMA background. And I thought Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are right there talking about theirs. And then they didn't have to because they did worked MMA, and it was great. I've seen a lot of guys do worked MMA, and it's not very good. This stuff was awesome. So the first several minutes of the match is Authors of Pain just destroying both guys, as you would expect. And then Akam tweaks his knee, and we get Akam babyface in peril. That was good, because Fish and O'Reilly are awesome. They just worked his leg over and it was awesome. And then Razor gets the hot tag, runs wild.
Well, before that, they did the spot where Fish tackled Razor. They both bumped through the ropes, and they fucking splat on the outside. And it looked so horrible, this landing. I thought that Bobby Fish was dead. And I'm pretty sure it was a bad landing because Bobby Fish's reaction is to immediately go, "I'm okay." Like, he yells it.
Okay, good.
Like, normally when something goes bad, you're just like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But this was kind of like in an MMA fight when you get tagged really hard and you smile and you shake your head. That's when they hit you really hard.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure that him screaming at the top of his lungs, "I'm okay," was an indication that that was a shitty landing.
Jericho wrote one of his books, and I actually did the same thing once. In his case, he fell on his head and was so scared he was paralyzed, he jumped up to his feet just to make sure he was alive. Big Woodward threw me out of a battle royal.
What's with your voice?
I suddenly have some coffee here, some fluid. Hang on. Well, he brought it up. So Big Wood threw me out of a battle royal, and I didn't even threw me out of a battle royal. I went flying. I did not touch the ropes. I did not touch the apron, and I landed splat on the grass.
I should tell you how Big Wood was.
Big Wood was a big man.
Because you were fat.
This is when I
much
was
fatter
skinny.
than now.
Not then. There were times I was fat.
Oh, you're right. I remember now.
Yeah, but I was still big.
You were not small.
I was a 240-pound man going flying through the sky, landing flat on my back in the grass, and it hurt so bad I jumped up to make sure that all my arms and legs were still moving. Then I realized how ridiculous this must have looked to the viewing audience. Anyway, so
Any more ridiculous than the battle royal that you were in?
I don't remember. Honestly, all I remember is the pain
Yeah.
and realizing I was in fact still alive. And frankly, even in midair, thinking, "Holy crap, he's just thrown me through the air."
Yes.
So let's see. Razor gets the hot tag, just throwing dudes right and left. Does the fall away a slam with one guy hanging on his back in a sleeper hold. Just great. And all four dudes are down. You have to bear with me, folks. This show was a week ago. I'm kind of going over my notes here. The Authors run wild. They go for the Super Collider, and they hit it, but then Akam's bad leg gives way, and he falls backwards to the corner. And O'Reilly recovers, dumps Razor out of the ring. Hits a Rana on Akam. Akam bounces into Razor. Razor falls out of the ring. O'Reilly schoolboys Akam for the win. Great finish to a very good match.
You know, my only real criticism is that I don't even think the announcers figured out the gimmick leg on the Super Collider until like long after the finish. It was like somebody in the back said, "Dude, his leg gave out." And then they brought it up. They did eventually bring it up, but I mean, as I was watching it, I was like, God damn, they're going for the move, and he's stumbling because he has a bad leg. The story of this entire match, that was a great finish.
That was a brilliant finish.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
I went 3.25.
I'd say that's a 7 on the granny scale.
Yeah. So my other note on this is, it did not help that these are two heel teams. Even though the Authors of Pain wrestled as babyfaces, it's the Authors of Pain. And it's hard to have that much sympathy for them because they're so big and scary. Velveteen Dream versus Crusher Blackwell.
First, they had the War Machine sitting there in the front row, called War Machine.
Yes. Warbeard Hansen and Raymond Rowe.
This means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're probably going to get new names. And also, later on, EC3 was there. Probably will get a new name.
Ricochet.
And Trevor Ricochet Mann.
Yeah, that was a good sign they're going to change his name.
That does not roll off the tongue.
No.
Hopefully they got something better than that.
So we had Dream and Cassius Ohno here.
Velveteen had guaranteed that he would knock out Cassius Ohno within 30 seconds.
So he says this, and he comes out in boxing gear, and the bell rings, and Dream actually drops him with a punch right away, and he's lived up to his promise, and he's celebrating and going crazy, but it's not actually boxing, and the ref does not count Ono out. He just gets up to his feet, and the match continues. And the crowd booed.
The entire key to this match is, at the last takeover, it was Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. And I don't know what happened with Velveteen Dream, but after that match, he vanished for like a full cycle of tapings. And then this was like his return.
Yeah.
They did a few things, but he'd return.
It's the Gargano match, but...
Yeah. This fucking guy was so over. Why? Because of the Aleister Black match at the last takeover, which he lost, by the way. But he did so good in that match that Cassius Ohno, that guy's like a hardcore favorite. They're here in Philly. This is Chris Hero.
Yes.
These fans loved
The Dream.
the Velveteen Dream
Yes.
over Cassius Ohno.
They wanted him to win via knockout in 30 seconds or less.
Now, he was, I don't want to make people angry, but let's just face facts. He was not very good in this match. He's got a lot of charisma. He's got a lot of athletic ability. He was every green wrestler who goes too fucking fast. Everything he did was too fast.
Mm-hmm.
They fucked up spots right and left. I had to go online and listen to people explain to me that Chris Hero was at fault for fucked up spots in a match with Velveteen Dream.
He is very fat.
He is very fat, Vinny. When is he not fat?
He's getting fatter.
He's always been fat.
Not this fat.
No, he's been fatter than this.
Listen.
Not to mention, Vinny, if you and I are wrestling, okay, whose fucking idea was it for you to do like a springboard and jump in the air and me to catch you on my shoulders?
Wouldn't be mine.
Okay, whoever's idea that was,
Yeah.
that's who fucked this up, okay?
Yeah.
Now, people were like, Hero's so fat Velveteen couldn't lift him. That's not true, because he lifted him and he hit the move later.
It took him 3 tries.
It did take him 3 times, but he did get him up. It was mistimed. Velveteen was going too fast.
I don't know. You're right in that the when they did the spot where Ono was running, I believe, and Dream tried to lift him up into a fireman's carry, and they both just collapsed.
Yes.
Whoever thought of the spot
This
is the
was
one
a
most
bad idea.
Yes. And I saw some people also, Dream's got that move where it's like Sister Abigail, but it's a DDT.
Yes.
And that didn't get fucked up because Cassius Ohno was fat. It got fucked up because that's a really freaking weird, awkward, hard move to do.
Yes.
That move needs to be shit-canned immediately.
And I'm not saying anything negative about Dream. I like Dream. I think he's going to be a big star.
He has work to do.
Yeah.
Wrestling, everyone, is hard.
Yes. He's 20. Or
Really?
like 21 or something like that. Yeah, he's like 20 or 21 years old.
For a guy who's had like 6 debuts, that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. So yes, Dream finally did get the fat guy up on his shoulders, hit the cartwheel DVD, and then he hit the elbow off the post, not the top rope.
22.
22. That's amazing. The Authors of Pain apparently are also in their early 20s.
Dude, a lot of these guys are.
Yeah.
If you watch these old WWE shows, like, there were all sorts of guys that, they were so young then, but you don't think about it, like Warlord. You watch some old shows like Survivor Series 90 with the Warlord. He was like in his early 20s.
Yeah.
You just presume he had to be like 35.
He did not look young.
No.
He was not baby-faced. Anyway, Dream hit the big elbow and won. Match had its ups and downs.
Yes. But it was not a bad match by any means.
No, it was a good match. Just wasn't a great match. Showed Maria Menounos in the crowd. It showed Johnny Gargano hanging out with his family in the locker room. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. So they're in Philly. Shayna comes out. Everyone loves her. She's big and scary. It's not so much that everyone hates Ember, but she's going to be fighting an uphill battle in this match anyway. And then she comes out, and they announce she's from Dallas, and everyone in Philly just hates her. Dallas sucks, they say.
Well, I don't know if it was Dallas or the fact that they called her the She-Nom.
Well, they chanted Dallas sucks.
Okay.
So I think it's that it was Dallas.
Well, I hated She-Nom.
Now, that's also a horrible name.
I feel bad for Ember Moon. Why do they give her all this stuff that I hate? Like, every show, there's something that I hate about Ember Moon. And I don't hate Ember Moon.
No, it's just what they do with her.
The stupid contacts. Like, why? What is Ember? What does that word mean?
Ember starts a fire.
Okay.
Ember feeds a flame.
Red contacts. Cool.
Yeah.
Why would she come out with blue contacts? Fucking dumb.
She lost the red ones.
What the fuck's a She-Nom? A fucking dumb name.
Horrible nickname.
Okay. Like, this is not her fault.
No.
But it's not my fault that I hate it. That's stupid.
So the first 2 minutes of this were awesome. Shayna was basically female Brock Lesnar, destroying Ember, tossing her around, openly laughing at her. She did the break the arm spot. And then there was like a point where she had like a certain amount of charisma in the match. And then when it was gone, it was just gone. And she's just a gal out there doing moves. So they did the stomping the arm spot. The ref calls for the doctors. The fans start to boo and chant bullshit. And then we had Shayna working the arm forever. And eventually she hooks the arm bar for like 5 minutes. Ember's in the straight arm bar. She's reaching for the ropes, and she's reaching this way and that way and dragging Shayna, but then getting dragged back. And now the crowd's totally into her. They're totally behind Ember by this point. And then Shayna drags her to the middle one last time, and it looks like Ember's totally fucked. But Ember stacks her up deep, falls on top of both legs, gets the leverage, and gets the pin and escapes. And we talked before the match about how they booked themselves into a finish. I think that's the best possible thing they could have done here.
Listen, if they're going to beat her, this was like the best possible way.
Because it wasn't so much that, and we'll talk more about this on NXT actually, it's not so much that Ember beat her. Shayna was confused by the rules of her new sport. Was not expecting to be pinned in this manner. So she made a mistake, and she beat herself.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Ah, come on now.
She's been doing pro wrestling forever, dude. She knows you can get pinned.
Hey, she was in that tournament, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Ricochet was in the crowd. Seriously, one of the biggest pops of the show up to this point.
So first off, the Velveteen match 3 1/4, the Ember match 3 1/4. There was a lot of 3 1/4 star matches
Let's
on this.
see. I only went 2.5 for Dream.
Wow.
Stop falling apart at
I
the end.
liked it more than you, even though I didn't like things in it.
Yeah.
Also got to mention this Ember Moon Shayna Baszler match here. I don't remember what I was going to say.
Adam Cole versus Aleister Black in the Extreme Rules match. This match was very, very good.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
Duh. So right before I watched this match, I watched Minoru Suzuki versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Okay, yeah.
Right before I watched this show.
Okay.
It was the same match. It was the exact same match. The only difference was, in the Tanahashi match, the ref stopped it.
Aha.
In this match, he was in an armbar for 5 minutes, the ref didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then she ended up winning. I like the Tanahashi match better.
Well, I didn't
Suzuki
see it, but it's
fucking
probably
destroyed
fair.
the guy and tore him limb from limb, and the ref stopped the match and gave the belt to Suzuki.
That does sound awesome.
Yes. This, Shayna beat the shit out of her the entire time, tried to break her arm for 5 straight minutes, then there's a flash pin, and then she beat her ass afterwards.
Yes, she did.
Which, to me, well, she should be the champ.
She beat her ass and laid her out. Who won this fight?
Yes.
Adam Cole versus Aleister Black in an Extreme Rules match. It was very, very good. The crowd went hog wild over it. I thought there was a lot of good stuff in this. At times, it was overbooked stunt show more than anything else. They used every gimmick weapon in the world. They had run-ins by Sanity. They had run-ins by the rest of Undisputed Era.
There's only one spot that matters.
Is it the chair spot, Brian?
Yes, it is.
Adam Cole is working Black over, and he sets up 2 steel chairs back to back.
This was worth it, by the way. Even though I think it was one of the stupidest spots I've ever seen, it was worth it, and I'll tell you why when you're done.
So he picks up Black, but Black cuts him off, herks him up onto his shoulders, hits a DVD onto the back of the 2 steel chairs back that are folded back to back.
It's better than that. So they put the 2 chairs seat to seat. So there's a nice little platform for him to bump through.
Right, right.
Adam Cole's about to give him his move or whatever, and he looks at the chairs and he's like, I'm going to kill you instead. So he turns the chairs around, so instead of this flat part, now you've got this giant thing sticking straight up in the air.
Yes.
And so, of course, he goes to lift the guy up. Mm-hmm. It gets switched, and he gets dropped on his own instrument of destruction that he created.
Yes.
Fans chanted, "You deserve it."
That is true.
That was the fucking one and only time that I have heard that fucking chant and howled and appreciated what these fans were doing. This fucker did deserve it.
He did deserve it.
You asshole. You had the chair set up. You could have just done your move, but A, you got greedy. You got greedy, and you tried to kill the guy with a horrible instrument of destruction. Mm-hmm. And he turned the tables on you.
He turned the chairs on
You
him.
fucking deserve this.
The only thing I can say
Now,
about
why
this,
the hell did he do this?
The only thing I can say about the bump itself, because like you probably, I screamed when I saw it the first time. Then I was not watching it live, so I could go back and watch. I could rewind whenever I wanted. I watched this like 10 times. The only thing I can say is that the way he fell about a foot, and then he took the chairs, the point of the chairs, like between his shoulder blades, which sounds awful. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure this hurt really bad. But then the rest of his weight fell onto the seat of the chair.
Yes, this is fake.
It was.
He was not impaled.
Well, yeah, but
on a spire.
Right.
But
still, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Don't do this, everybody.
Yes, I recommend not doing.
Do not do this.
But I was trying to figure out how he was still walking again afterwards. So
I showed up the next day barely walking, all taped up.
Yeah. Now there was more, of course. We had all the run-ins. We had the Meteora through the announce desk, at which the crowd chanted "Mamma Mia" in tribute to Morrow.
Oh, I got one thing about Morrow.
Eh?
I like Morrow, okay? But Morrow has his thing where he's got to get a fancier word for anything.
Okay.
That's his gimmick.
Sure.
He's a walking thesaurus.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's fine and all, but in that Ember Moon match, not one time did he say Ember Moon refuses to quit. Every single time he said capitulate. Over and over and over and over and over again. Listen, if you have 5 different synonyms for quit, cool. Use all 5.
Tap out.
Sure.
Submit.
But it was capitulate.
Beg for mercy.
Capitulate.
Cry
Capitulate.
uncle.
Capitulate. 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 I don't ever want to hear that word again.
That's fair.
Yes.
Yeah. So eventually here, they get in the ring, and Cole, there's a double down, but Cole gets to his feet first, and he grabs a chair. I believe he said, "I will end you," were his exact words. And then he goes to swing the chair, and Black pops up, hits a Black Mass, the spinning super kick, lays him out, and pins him. Crowd loved this. I liked it a lot.
4 stars I gave it.
EC3 was shown in the crowd.
What'd you give it?
I went 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong, but that's all right.
Fair enough. Yeah, I popped a little bit for War Machine. I popped for Ricochet. I'm very excited about those. We'll see how EC3 does.
Why wouldn't he do well?
I'll probably do very well. He's a very good talker.
He's best friends and weightlifting partners with John Cena.
That can't hurt.
So he's higher on the hierarchy than all the other geeks.
It can't hurt one bit. Well, the main event, I don't really know what to say. There's basically 2 camps on this match.
No, there's not. There's one. What's the other camp?
The one camp is this is the best match in NXT history and the best WWE match in many years.
Yes.
The other camp is this will probably be the best WWE match of the year.
They're the same camp.
There's a slight difference. People get very angry because if you just say anything other than this was the best match in NXT history, people get very upset.
Yeah, but it is the very best match in WWE history, and I would be very surprised if there's any WWE match this year better than this. That's the same thing. I'm in both camps.
Okay. I did not give it 5 stars, is what I'm saying.
Oh, get out of here,
See,
you
there
idiot.
you go. Now you
How
go.
wrong could you possibly be?
On 4 3/4.
Get out of here. Because Johnny Gargano didn't win?
No.
You, Mark?
No, I'll tell you why. About 5 minutes, actually a little more than that, but early in this match, Johnny goes for a flip dive off the apron, and Gargano runs for his life. And Johnny doesn't just go splat on the pretty black mats. Johnny bounces high into the air.
Yes.
I screamed at this as loud or louder than I did the chair spot in the other match. And then they didn't do anything with it. They just got it back in the ring, and 3 minutes later, Johnny was on offense again. There's my complaint.
Vinny, you just talked about a battle royal you were in where you were thrown over the top by Big Wood and you leaped to your feet. Maybe that's what he did here.
Yeah, and so you're saying this match is 5 stars because they copied me in Big Wood?
No, my point is I'm not taking a 1/4 star away for that.
Okay.
Listen, if this is the best match in NXT history, name a match better than this. Do you think there's a match better than this one?
I seem to recall one of the American Alpha Revival matches.
You seem to recall.
Yes, right.
Incorrect.
I did not go back over my history of notes.
If this is the greatest match in NXT history, dating back like 8 years or however long there's been in NXT,
yes,
it's a 5-star match.
Okay.
The guy bounced. Who cares?
I'm not going to argue with you. But you're apparently going to argue with me.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Well, I don't know how this works because I'm not arguing with you.
Now I know why you said 2 camps. There's
Yes!
the World Camp and Vinny Camp. Camp Vinny, uncool. Go ahead. Explain this.
Otherwise,
can't believe
they
this.
had a tremendous main
disgusted.
event.
They goddamn sure did have a tremendous main event.
It peaked in the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes was like 9 stars. especially when Zelina's been interfering here and there, but then Johnny hits the tope to the back. He throws Andrade back in the ring. The ref's distracted by this. Here's Zelina with perfect timing out of nowhere with the diving Rana off the apron. So now everyone hates Zelina. A couple minutes go by. Johnny gets thrown out again. Zelina goes marching, and I mean marching like a bushwhacker, around the ring to kill Johnny. Here's Candice LeRae jumping the apron and unleashing hell. Candice LeRae was the star of this match. She was awesome. She spears the hell out of Zelina, beats the hell out of her, chases her through the crowd, and usually I've seen a lot of wrestlers pretend to be chasing the crowd. These women, Usain Bolt would not have outrun these women. They were flying through the crowd in fear. And then they go through the great finish, and after all of this, when all is said and done, Andrade was the better man. He hit his finish and won anyway. Awesome.
I can't believe how much you put over this show, and I rated every single match better than you did.
Oh, well.
Listen, everybody, if you didn't see this show, I don't even know how. This was a 5-star match. You hear me? It's 5 stars. It's the best NXT match of all time. Johnny Gargano's awesome.
Yes.
Andrade Cien Almas is awesome.
Yes.
Zelina Vega's awesome.
Yes.
Candice LeRae is awesome.
Yes.
And Tommaso Ciampa is awesome.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
5 fucking stars right there I just rattled off.
It's technically true. There were 5 stars in the match.
God
6
damn
if you
it.
count Drake Younger. Was he the ref? I'm making that up. Anyway, we can certainly agree. If you somehow have not seen this match, what the hell are you doing listening to us or watching us? Go watch this match right now.
I'm just so aghast that you used your report in Figure 4 Weekly and not mine, just so this would get 4 3/4 stars.
I'll put yours next.
You better.
Did you even send me yours?
Yeah, I sent you a bunch of shit that didn't end up in there, including the New Japan report.
We'll talk about that later. We need a bit of process here because apparently I've been missing stuff. Anyway, that was TakeOver.
Cut his pay. All right, let's talk about TV.
WWE NXT, January 31st,
I didn't even talk any notes on that match.
2018.
I was so full of fury.
So they opened with highlights of TakeOver. We should, talk about it right now. They opened with clips or highlights of TakeOver, the last shot they showed here, because Johnny and Candice left on their own and were up at the top of the stage getting the standing ovation spot, and out limps Tommaso Ciampa just to remind us all he's still around, and he lays out Johnny with his crutch, and Johnny collapses, and Candice tends to him, and they close this video package here to open the TV show with that. Johnny's down on the ground. A distraught Candice LeRae is tending to her husband, and there in the background is Tommaso Ciampa standing there, complete stoicism. This was a true work of art. That was awesome. Nikki Cross versus Lacey Evans.
So Jim Johnson did a interview recently. He was fired a while back. He'd done all the music since like 1963. Anyway, this guy is absolutely right. All this music nowadays sucks. Every woman has generic stripper music. Nothing sticks out. Nothing's original. Like every one of them. Lacey Evans is a goddamn Marine. Can they give her some Sergeant Slaughter music? No. Generic stripper dance music. For every girl.
So Lacey Evans versus Nikki Cross. Nikki does the Ultimate Warrior entrance, sprinting down to the ring and going crazy when she gets there. They only had 3 minutes, but they had a great 3-minute match. They just got in this awesome fight. Nikki goes up to the middle rope. Lacey yanks her leg out from under her. Nikki crashes hard to the mat. Lacey does the Ultimo Guerrero headstand into a Bronco Buster, but then she misses a moonsault. Nikki makes a comeback, wins with a fisherman swinging neckbreaker. That was great.
No goofy near falls, nothing
No.
like that. Opening prelim match, they won Nikki over. She made her comeback, she won.
Don't overdo a 3-minute match. Don't cram too much shit in there. Then we had about 20 straight minutes of video packages. Undisputed Era beat the Authors of Pain. Ember Moon beat Shayna Baszler. Shayna does a backstage interview and says basically the same thing we said about the match. She says, listen, Ember didn't beat me. She survived and barely. Go to medical, ask Ember how she's feeling, and then ask who really won tonight.
Listen, I didn't like this. So, everything you said is true, but Shayna's smiling through all of it. Hey, she didn't beat me. Wait, she didn't bleed. What'd she say?
She survived.
She didn't beat me, she survived. Let me do that again. She didn't beat me, she survived. Big smile. Go down to medical. Interview Ember if you want. We know who the winner really is. Why would you smile through that? That was a fucking championship match.
Yeah.
And you ain't the champion right now because you got pinned.
Yeah.
She should have been infuriated. She should have been on the warpath, like Minoru Suzuki after he got his head shaved. You can cut this exact same promo and be mad. You can be full of fury that you got flash pinned, but point out, you know what? She didn't beat me. She survived that match. Be angry about it. Say, go down to the fucking medical and then come back here and tell me who the winner is. Don't be sitting there smiling about how happy you are. You're not the champ.
They showed Ember competing in the Women's Royal Rumble, facing off against her old rival, Asuka. They didn't mention that she lost to Asuka again.
May as well have.
Shots of the Extreme Rules match. Then we got a backstage promo with Undisputed Era asking what had gone wrong. They vowed Sanity would pay for this. They put up a graphic for the Undisputed Era Sanity tag match next week. Everyone go load up this show, load up this graphic, and look at Alexander Wolf.
Yes.
He's so tremendously wacky. Velveteen Dream cashes Ono video package. Then we got a backstage promo. The interview gal asked about his vow to win in 30 seconds. He says, I know what I said. Ono knows what I said. That's why he knocked out my mouthpiece. He told her to read his trunks, which read Dream Over.
That's his excuse. Another lame post-match promo here.
And said good talk. TM61 versus the Ely brothers.
So the real battle here was trying to find out who everybody was.
The Ely's are twins.
We know that Thorne has the big knee brace on.
Thorne comes out, and he cut his hair.
Yes.
And so I thought, oh, great, now I'm not going to be able to tell these guys apart. And then I remembered, well, he does have a giant shoulder tattoo. And you pointed out he's got an enormous knee brace and his leg is wrapped up like the mummy.
Yeah.
They don't look like each other.
So that was easy.
Yeah.
Ely brothers, you ain't never going to tell them apart.
No.
One, they say, has a tat on his left arm. One has a tat on his right arm.
Uriel and Gabriel are their names?
This does not fucking help me, okay? No. Listen, I was thinking about this. I think that the secret to tag teams is you must find a way to distinguish between the two tag team partners.
Very important.
If you're a promoter. Like everybody, there's so many twin teams. Like the Usos are twins, the Bellas are twins, the Elys are twins.
Harrises.
The Harrises are twins.
Right now, but...
I mean, even the fucking Naturals, they weren't twins. But like, was there anything distinguishing except one guy had blonde hair, one guy had brown hair?
Sure.
And I don't even know if that's true or not. I'm just hoping. Otherwise, they're even more generic. Okay? Like, I'll give you an MMA analogy. If you take two random geeks, okay, and you have them fight, you have no idea who they are. You don't know their record. They're just two geeks, okay? Or you put two stars in. Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Which one is going to draw better?
Well,
the two fucking guys you know. If you're walking down the street and two people you've never seen are brawling on the side of the road, and then across the street, like your best friend from high school and your girlfriend's ex, they're getting in a fight. Okay, which one are you going to go watch? The two people you know.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you have just a random team of twins and you don't know a goddamn thing about either of them and you can't tell them apart, how could you possibly care about their matches? Like, I like the Usos matches. Do I give one shit about the Usos as a tag team? No. I know one of them is married to Naomi. I couldn't even tell you which one. Maybe if I watched Total Divas, I could.
You'll never be able to tell them apart.
They're not.
And they're not even identical twins. Is the funniest thing.
Well, I mean, Akam and Razor aren't even related.
No.
But they make them look like twins.
Dude, the Revival. One guy has hair, the other's totally bald, and they still got a chance of which one's Dash and which one's Dawson.
Exactly, because they're interchangeable.
Yes.
You must make them non-interchangeable for people to care. And for some reason in Wrestling Day, it's all about two identical people are a team.
My all-time
care.
This is going way back. This is very obscure now. But there briefly was a team on Monday Night Raw called the Highlanders. Well, again, one was bald and one had hair, and you could not tell them apart, even though one of them had a catchphrase. One of them only ever said, "I'm Robbie." And you still couldn't tell them apart.
Hey, at least we got a fucking vintner.
I'm not making fun of you.
And a guy that looks like he works on cars. Okay?
Sure, yeah.
That's two guys I can tell apart.
Yes.
Okay. So they're on their way to being champions.
Anyway,
In my promotion.
this match went 3 minutes. Thorne's out there in his giant knee brace doing crazy dives.
And in a testament to what I said, the fans cared more about TM61 here than they ever have before.
Sure.
Because they fucking spent 10 minutes on the last 2 shows trying to tell you who they were, which was which, and what their personalities are.
Yeah.
This is not hard.
So the Elys, in fact, used twin magic to get the heat briefly.
Oh, Christ.
And the Australians made their comeback, and Thorne about killed a guy with a cannonball in the corner. And they get their finish, which is basically a double Razor's Edge. They call it Thunder Valley.
Wow.
We had they go to commercial, and they come back, and there's pictures of guys posing and women posing with their year-end awards. And if you they're going through it very fast, and Morrow's kind of casually mentioning who won what, but says to get the full list, you have to go to the website to get it. Then he says, "Wait, I'm being told that TM61 is doing a promo," or something like that. And they go to TM61, and they do their catchphrase, and that's all we see. I can only assume they actually
fucked it up.
Their promo was so horrible
Yes.
that they cut out 90% of it.
Just like they showed in that video last week.
Where they fucked up every promo
They
they
should
did.
just let them fuck up promos.
Just have it be their gimmick.
It's different. It would be endearing. Why not?
There was a quirkiness to it. There was a likability to the way they would stumble over their lines, but they acknowledge they had stumbled over their lines and needed to start over.
And listen, I know this company loves social media, but can you imagine if you're watching like The Tonight Show or something of that nature, and the host came on and said, "We won 11 Emmys." Go to the website to find out which ones.
Yeah.
How about you tell me who won these fucking awards for NXT on the NXT television show?
To make your stars look like stars.
Jesus.
Had clips of Andrade Almas and Johnny Gargano would take over. Got way more time than all the other highlight reels. It should have. Made it look like an all-time classic. It was. They
5 stars.
tried to interview Ciampa backstage, but he had nothing to say and walked past them all. Showed Andrade competing in the Royal Rumble. Went for almost 30 minutes. Eliminated somebody. Kofi Kingston. No reference to Randy Orton tossing him out like the biggest geek in the world. Then they interviewed him backstage after the Rumble. And between these 2 matches, he was all beat up. And Zelina does most of the talking. They asked where Gargano had been. I think Andrade said Gargano was watching the Rumble on TV, but I'm not sure. His English still needs work. Highlights of Adam Cole in the Rumble. Plugged Cole versus Killian Dane for next week. And then finally, Roderick Strong and Tyler Bate.
This match only went 8 minutes.
They did more stuff in 8 minutes. More cool stuff in 8 minutes.
But it was good stuff.
But it was good stuff.
It was not a spot fest.
It was not a spot fest. It was not. It was not just a million moves in a match for no reason. They told a story. It was just a very, very, very fast-paced story. You know what this was like? It reminded me of. It was Prince Puma and I think PJ Black on Lucha Underground. They did a very, very long match at a fast pace the whole way, and never slowed down and never blew up. That was this match. Athletically, this was astounding.
You know, it's too bad that 205 Live is such a bullshit C show, because if they let Roderick Strong go there and they let all those guys have like good cruiserweight matches,
You mean if they do the Cruiserweight Classic?
it would be so fucking great. Roddy's in here with Tyler Bate, a small man.
Yes.
He's throwing him around.
Roddy?
He's breaking his back.
You are correct.
He's putting him in the stretch hold or whatever Granny called it. It was awesome.
Roddy was the bigger man in a match for the first time in a long time. He took full advantage of it. He looked great. And then Tyler, of course, is a smaller man, but he's still a beast. He's throwing Roddy around. Just a great match. All kinds of suplexes, all kinds of backbreakers, all kinds of some sub holds.
There were many sub-holds in this match.
So this match was 8 minutes. About 6 minutes and 45 seconds in, they finally did a double down so they could catch their breath for 10 seconds. And they used that 10 seconds for Roddy to catch his breath and just do the fucking white hottest comeback. And he just blows through about a half dozen moves. They're all awesome. Hits a suplex into a backbreaker and wins.
Why?
Great!
Because Tyler went for the Tyler Driver 97, named after the year he was born,
Yeah, I know.
1997,
We are very old.
but his back gave out.
Because Roddy had used a bunch of backbreakers.
His back had been broken by backbreakers.
That's right.
And then he ate the end of heartache.
Roddy had a perfect game plan in this match.
Which, by the way, is a released vertical suplex into a backbreaker.
Yes.
You could not do this on the Big Show.
You could not.
But you could do it on every little geek on 205 Live.
Yes.
If only they took it
Frankly,
seriously.
he should.
Yes. This match was awesome.
It is awesome. So Roddy now he's the first American to get a shot at the UK title.
2 weeks from now.
To the 14th against Pete Dunne. And yeah, between the matches taped here for NXT and the actual TakeOver show, this was the best show of the year in WWE. It will be.
I will not give spoilers because people get mad. But I will say this about NXT. They've been doing tapings today. I checked them out because I wanted to know when they were going to do this Roderick Strong, Pete Dunne match. There's some shocking shit coming in NXT over the next month. So you can all look forward to that. It's on fire right now, this NXT. And with that, everybody, we're out of here. We're going to be back on Sunday, the retro show. Well, NWA World Championship Wrestling from 19 years ago this week. I'm sure we'll get Vinny's Super Bowl thoughts as well. It is Super Bowl Sunday.
If you want.
The Eagles.
That's one.
And
you should really know the other one.
And the Michigan.
No.
No? Who is it?
New England.
Oh, yeah, the Patriots.
The Patriots. Yes.
I knew that.
It's a Super Bowl. Of course they're in it.
I'm an expert now.
That's right.
So we'll talk about that on Sunday and more. Oh, one other thing very quickly. The New Orleans WrestleMania week Q&A, the live Q&A, details at mailbag.brownpapertickets.com. If you would like to attend the live mailbag on the morning of Friday, April 6th with myself and Dave, mailbag.brownpapertickets.com. Now listen, you will not be able to show up that day and get tickets at the door. There are X number of tickets available. There are only 22 tickets left. So when those are gone, you're out of luck. So if you'd like to attend it, Friday, April 6th in the morning, New Orleans, WrestleMania week, the live mailbag podcast. Go to mailbag.brownpapertickets.com and get your tickets now, because when these 22 are gone, it's done. There will be no more. And also don't forget to check out video.f4wonline.com. This show will be up there by the time most of you hear this in a beautiful HD video. 3-camera shoot, even though there's only 2 people here. We got a special camera for Granny.
That's right.
Fear not. We use that 3rd camera. So check it out, video.f4wonline.com. If you sign up for the $8 monthly fee, you get every show that we've ever done, including the Christmas show and the post-Royal Rumble show with my buddy Mark, who for some fucking reason was over this year.
Because he's great.
The gimmick's dead.
No, the gimmick lives. People figured out the gimmick is great. It's not the gimmick, it's Mark.
So check it out, everybody. Video.f4wonline.com. That's it. We will talk to you again after a while.
Adios.